is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the 49ers and the Bolts, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion LA Chargers taking on the NFC champions, the San Francisco 49ers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. CD, what a road for these Chargers. Just their second Super Bowl appearance ever and first representing LA.
And it's a franchise that's been around a long time. Originally, the LA Chargers had a lot of success in the AFL, but this is for the Super Bowl, and a lot of folks in Southern California have certainly waited for this day. It's a chance to do something that's never been done before in franchise history.
Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they were one of the heavy favorites to win the NFC, and they were able to get it done, and now they look for that elusive sixth Super Bowl title.
Remember, after going 5-0 in their first 5 appearances here, they've lost 2 straight. Super Bowl 47 to the Ravens in New Orleans, and Super Bowl 54 to Kansas City in Miami. They'd love to start another streak like they had in the 80s when they won 4 Super Bowl titles.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And there are a lot of quarterbacks who had terrific careers. Think about guys like Phillip Rivers, Randall Cunningham, Dan Fouts, Warren Moon. But they never got to a Super Bowl. Yet here he is in his second NFL season, already getting his chance. We harken back to Dan Marino, another superstar, made it in his second year, lost the game, and never made it back again.
It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Purdy from the gun. Gets this one to Juszczyk. So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Davis now to return it. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played. And his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover.
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there, the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around a lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough at run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field because now They've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And it's caught. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler punching it in from a yard away. And the Chargers are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come from Las Vegas after this. The Chargers are on top. The NFL on EA Sports continues right after this message. And we are back and ready to go for the second quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. Purdy looking to throw. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. In motion left goes a tight end. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows 1st down. Now Purdy. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Throwing here, Purdy. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw, Purdy. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Khalil Mack, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Chargers going to take over now late in this 1st half. Just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it.
He's got a man, complete. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards. Running on 1st down, Eckler. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's Herbert. Going deep here for Allen. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be first and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. The Chargers were led in the first half by their star quarterback, Justin Herbert. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. Both teams making their final adjustments of the season during this long halftime break. Who will claim the Lombardi Trophy? To find out, we go back to Brandon and Charles in Vegas for the second half of Super Bowl 58.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
Well, the first play in the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Going deep here for Allen. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Here's Purdy. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. They'll give him 4 yards there, and they're going to have a third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches. And he is going to have the 49ers first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Now a give. Right side, McCaffrey. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium in Super Bowl 58. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And there's just 1 quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. To the sideline and incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. But not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
Now a throw here to his running back. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Out of the gun, Purdy. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Purdy now to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Purdy. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Here's Purdy.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Purdy to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. Stopped short, down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get all the way to the end zone. Throwing, Purdy. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Herbert on the move to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They think they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Now 1st and goal. Here's Purdy to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Purdy to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw. And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Jake Moody now for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. And this is going to be taken in by the Chargers, and it appears they're going to win this football game. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says it.
That is intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers will take over here just shy of the 30.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
He's going to let it fly. This ball intercepted. Picked up by Michael Davis. And the Chargers are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. And the Bolts have done it. The Los Angeles Chargers are the Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.